We have to put in some hard elbow grease, some hard work the week after Easter. Okay? When it comes to getting your Easter guests back, and I don't know why a lot of churches have a problem with this. We shouldn't. And I think this is one of the things that we've gotten too nice about, is following up with our guests. Okay? And I know some people say, well, yeah, we follow up. You're not following up enough. The 3 rules to following up. Number 1, follow up. Number 2, follow up. Number 3, follow up. You want a 4th? Even when you're tired, you feel like you've annoyed them and you feel like there's nothing else to say. Number 4, follow up. We have a moral obligation as shepherds and what I hope should be community leaders, okay? A moral obligation to say there is something greater that has invited you into a relationship with him. There is something more to your life. There is more for you. And we need to invite people back. It's kind of like I see these videos all the time on social media. I liked it one time and now it's all I see. And it's okay. It's okay. Which is the people that go around and say, hey, can I borrow $1 for lunch? And the guy gives them $1 and they're like, well, actually, I don't need this. I was looking for someone nice. Here's $500. I don't know if you've seen that on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, but you know, they're looking for the people that want it the most, and they're letting them know, hey, I know you're a single dad here, you're with your kid, but you wanted to feed my kid, or you're here in the library and you're busy, but you took time out for me, so I want to take time out for you and help you. How much even more is the life-saving message of Christ? And so it is our moral obligation to follow up with our guests that took the initiative to come and visit us. Now we need to take the initiative to invite them back. And I mentioned before, you know, you have to make it known that you want them back. All right. And remember, if you forget anything else, remember this: an open invite is no invite. Okay. You cannot just say, we'd love to see you next Sunday. Hope you come back. That's not an invite back. That's fulfilling not a moral obligation, but like that's checking a box. Okay, that's checking the same box right next to you. Go to church on Sunday. Now I'm good. I invited them back. Now I'm good. No. Okay, we have a moral obligation to follow up and be consistent. So I want to share with you the formula. This is the definitive follow-up formula for the week after Easter. I'm going to tell you 2 things right now. Number 1, it is some hard work. Okay, Pastor, if you're going to do it yourself, I think you can, unless you get more than, say, 50 people on Easter Sunday. I think Pastor could do this. I think Pastor should do this. Okay. But you can definitely get some staff to help you, and you can definitely get some software to help you. But let me go into point number 2. If you're in a church of less than 300, now, yeah, I'm just making up a number here. I'm saying 300. You don't need software to automatically follow up. Can you use it? Yeah. I would love to have you some, I make automated follow-up software. Our reachback campaign, go to reconnect.navachurchmarketing.com. Our reachback campaign is all automated, but we're following up with up to 500 people on that, okay? If you're a smaller church and you just got 20 or 30 people to follow up with, Pastor, you can do that. Your staff can do that by hand, or you can get some automation to do that. Text in church. I think Tidely's got some follow-up stuff now. Different planning centers got some stuff now. Subsplash got some, everyone's got some stuff now to follow up automatically. Okay. Whatever management system you're using. Okay. But don't let not having automation or not knowing how to use it stop you from following up. Not only that, it will mean so much more to your guests when you follow up by hand versus putting them into a funnel, putting into an automated messaging system. Okay. We've gotten to the point now where we can spot that from a mile away. In fact, I run cold emails. Some people might be watching, some people come by and check it out because they're like, who's this guy that's emailing me, right? We run cold emails, but we do it by hand. Okay. We don't do automated, right? We actually look at your church. We actually do a little video, 90-second video. Hey, here's how we can help. And then we reach out to you to show you what we can do and how we can help your church. Okay. So that means a lot more to people. I get a lot more people talking to me because I'm not just, hey, wouldn't you like this? Click on this button to schedule a time now. It's the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man of cold outreach. Anyways, Automation can make things easier and it can save you time. And if you've got to scale up to more than 50 people probably, then yeah, automation is going to be pretty much necessary, but you can still follow it by hand as much as you can. Okay. So don't let automation or software people convince you that you can't do this without their software. Okay. I will always tell, I'm the one that does it for you, and I will tell you, you can do this, right? So follow up consistently, because it's your moral obligation, and put in the hard work and realize that even if you have to do it by hand, it is worth it. Because even if you invite 50 people by hand and only 5 come back, that's a lot more than following up with nobody and nobody comes back. Okay? So let me give you the definitive formula here of what you can do the week after Easter. I'm going to give you the steps. I'm going to give you the tool to use. They're all free. You already have them. And then I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of messaging. Now, I don't like writing messaging carte blanche. Is that the right word? A blanket message, because every church is unique. Every pastor is unique. I'm going to give you kind of like what you should convey, and then you actually come up with the specific wording. And if you ever have any questions, you can give me a call, 832-861-7654, and hey, let's talk it over. Let's see how we can help you. So, number 1, immediately after service. Pastors hate this, but let me tell you, when I get this call, I love it. Okay. Immediately after service, give them a call. Pastor, you go to the welcome center, you're talking to people, hey, great to see you. Blah, blah, blah. Go to your office, get the Connect cards, get the visitor cards, and don't forget, get the kids' registration cards. Because even though they didn't turn in a Connect card, they gave you their phone number for their kids' registration. Call them too. Okay? Again, moral obligation. Do whatever it takes to let them know that you want them back. All right? And give them a call. Now, what makes this so much easy is 98% of people are not going to answer this call. Okay? And people will say, well, that's pointless. Why would I give them a call if they're not going to answer? Because you're going to leave a voicemail. A voicemail is better than nothing. Don't let these excuses stop you from fulfilling your moral obligation to follow up and let it be known that you care about these people. Okay? And I tell you this now because if I don't tell you you're going to leave a lot of voicemails, then you're going to feel defeated. This is the point. Okay? A voicemail is better than nothing at all. And in this call, in the voicemail, you just say, hey, this is let's say Pastor Ken. Appreciate you coming by. It was a pleasure to see you. I don't know if I got to shake your hand, but if I didn't, I would love to meet you again and invite you back to next week. And if there's anything we can do for your family, this is my personal number. You can call me or text me here. God bless. Right? If they do answer, hey, this is Pastor Ken. Good afternoon. The reason for the call is I just wanted to say thank you for coming to church today. I don't want to interrupt too much of what you're doing for the rest of the day. I know it's a holiday. I want you to enjoy your family, but I also want you to know how much we appreciate you coming. And I would love to personally invite you back to next week. Okay? If you want to go a step further, will we see you next week? Okay? Now, yeah, that's a little bit more aggressive. If that's not your vibe, I'll allow it this time. Okay? I would ask, hey, and by the way, will I see you next week? Let me ask you a question. Do you plan on coming back next week? Because even though they weren't planning on it, now you've planted that seed in their head. Remember, an open invite is no invite at all. All right, Sunday evening, touch number 2, okay? Connection point number 2. You're not going to call them. You're going to send them an email and a text. Email and a text, okay? Anytime you send anytime you send a text, you should also send an email, okay? Just make that a hard and fast rule, okay? You call someone, they don't pick up, you send them an email. Hey, I tried to call you. You send them a text, also send them an email. Hey, but I texted you, but just in case you didn't get it, here it is again, all right? Or you can do it backwards. Hey, I sent you this email, but here's a text just in case you didn't get it. In this text, you're just going to tell them again, hey, appreciate it again. I was thinking about you tonight. If there's anything I can do for your family or if there's any way I can pray for you, let me know. All right. Monday, what you're going to do is you're going to take out a piece of paper. You're going to take out a thank you card and you're going to personally handwrite a letter. Hey, this is Pastor so-and-so. Or if they brought kids, have the kids pastor. Take a break, pastor. Give it to the kids pastor, okay? Hey, I appreciate having your kids on Sunday. It was wonderful to get to meet them. We had so much fun. And next week we're talking about this. I would love to see Johnny back, okay? Or it's want to let you know that we still really appreciate you coming. It was a pleasure to have you in service, and I would love to have you come back this Sunday, okay? Again, you're making it known that you want them to come back. I'm not going to say don't be nice, right? Because all this should be nice, okay? But I will say don't be so passive, all right? Jesus didn't say, if you want to enter the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, maybe you want to consider being reborn, right? No, he said, no one enters the kingdom unless they've been reborn, period. Okay? Some people might have thought that was a little too aggressive. Okay? So you're going to be a little bit more aggressive than you usually are, and you're going to say, I would love to have you come back next Sunday. Don't leave it whiffly waffling. We'd love to have you come back someday. We'd love to see you again. I'd love to see you again this Sunday. Okay? You're going to write that on Monday, put it in the mail on Monday. Okay? Before the mail comes. So it should arrive to their house around Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Tuesday, you're going to send them an email. Okay, this is one that you can send just an email. If you have what I'm about to tell you in video form, then it could make sense as a video or a text. You're going to send an email just to share a story about the church. Okay, preferably a story of Sunday, something that happened on Easter Sunday. Now, ideally, this would be a testimonial, but it could just be a story. Hey, by the way, this is Pastor Ken, and I wanted to share with you a story of something that happened on Sunday while you were here. One of our kids asked this wonderful question. Said, who created God? And we got to share that with this child, and it made me realize how much you need an ally, parent. You need support to help you guide your kids on the right path. And, and then you turn that into the action. This Sunday, we're talking about this, and I'd love to answer more questions for you and your kids. Will you come on Sunday? It could just be a general testimonial. It could be something that happened a year ago, right? We had a guy come sick. God healed him. I don't know, whatever that story is. Send that to him as an email. If you want to go an extra step, make a little web page for it. Put a little video on your site or a little write-up on your site. Basically, take the email, put it on your site, and then text that link to the number. So they get it as an email and they still get it as a text. On Wednesday, that letter should come in. And usually, I'll admit, Wednesdays are pretty busy for pastors and seemingly a lot of parents. So if you do take off, as long as you got that letter out on Monday, I give you permission to take Wednesday off. I wouldn't. I would give them another call, preferably from someone else. Okay? Children's pastor, groups leader, just a random person that's involved in a church, a lay leader. One of the greatest things that happened when I was secret shopping a church was someone that wasn't a leader, someone wasn't a group leader even, but she invited me to her young college ministry group, okay, because I was in college or around college age. And she was a nobody to me, right? She was just a morally obligated church attender. Right? So how much more better is it when it's not just the pastor, it's also someone from the church? Man, these guys really want me to come back. They really care about me. On Thursday, share another story. Okay, same thing. Hey, you may not have heard about this, but our church paid off $1 million of debt last year. This is how much we care about our community. And in fact, I'm talking about that this Sunday, and I want to invite you back just to this Sunday. Just this Sunday. Take it one Sunday at a week, one Sunday at a time. And then Friday, you're going to take a little selfie video. Hey, John, this is Pastor Ken. Wanted to personally, again, thank you. I know I've been sending you a lot of communications, but that's how much that your visit means to us. And my gift to you is to let you know that I haven't forgotten about you and I really want to meet you again. And in fact, we're going to have a special lunch with the pastor or coffee with the pastor before. Love to see you there. Whatever, right? You want to make something exciting for people to come back to. So you're going to take a little video out and you're just going to let them know that you've been thinking about them, praying for them, and let you know if there's any way that you can support them and invite them back to Sunday. Okay? And then you're going to do another text email invite on Saturday. Okay? Now, don't just say, hey, John, Pastor Ken here. I'd love to invite you back tomorrow. Okay? You need to make it about them. All right. Hey, we're having special coffee before, a special coffee meet and greet before. Love to meet you. Love to meet your family. The kids are doing this. All this so you can have, you don't have to be alone, right? I really appreciate you having here Sunday. I really believe that God showed you something, and I want to make sure that candle doesn't get, that flame doesn't get put under a basket, right? Whatever. Again, send it in your kind of vibe. Now, at a couple things. At any point during this follow-up system, if they tell you no, you stop, okay? You're not going to chase the uninterested. The best way to devalue your ministry is to chase people that are not interested, okay? This is going to be that moment where you knock on a door, they refuse you, and you move on, just like Jesus told the 72. Was it 72? So you're going to, if they say no, don't chase the uninterested, okay? If they are apathetic, those are the best people to continue to follow up with because they haven't made a decision, okay? If they say yes, yeah, absolutely, I'll be there. Great. Follow up some more, okay? Now you have something to follow up for. Hey, by the way, this is so-and-so. Wanted to share this story with you. And by the way, I know you said you're coming, so I am so excited for you to see something like this in person. Or I'm going to share this story with you. And by the way, you said you're coming Sunday. She's going to be here. And you can ask her about it in person. You send that video invite. Hey, this is Pastor so-and-so. I said a quick prayer for you that nothing comes up. I'd love to meet you again on Sunday. And I can't wait for you to see whatever, okay? Again, you're doing this by hand. Yes, it's going to take some extra time, but they will see that, all right? They will see and take notice of it. Now, notice I said by hand when you're thinking, well, email, I can blind carbon copy people, right? I can write one email. No. You're going to personalize it. You're going to write it to each person. Now, you can copy paste and change the name, but you're going to send it to one email at a time. All right. For some pastors, that's scary. And they say, I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. And I'm going to tell you that's why your Easter guests are not coming back. If you want what you've never had, you have to do what you've never done. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you one bonus here. Let me wrap that up again. Let me just say that one more time, just so you get a full overview. Okay. You're going to follow up. What is that? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to follow up 8 times in 7 days, starting before they get home for lunch. Okay. And ending the Saturday afternoon before. You're going to follow up 8 times. You're going to let them know 8 times that you care about them, you appreciate them, and you're going to invite them back 8 times. Is it a lot? Yes. But it's a lot. It's necessary because we have a moral obligation. It is our duty to always be inviting, to always follow up.